Hello, it's Merle from Scrap and Card Boutique in Durban. Today on my table I have the new collection from Celebr8 Our Story. It's a lovely range of heritage, sort of vintagey heritage range. Burgundies, sepia colors, dark rich browns, old gold. Unfortunately I had a camera malfunction, and so I have already completed the background and the pieces are stuck down. I will talk you through it because I really don't want to undo all of this and just to stick it down again to show you what I did. But I'll talk you through it and then we'll carry on with the layout from there. I do apologize. Otherwise, ordinarily I would do it step by step with you. So what I did was, for my first piece, I just want to find the piece of paper here. Oh, does it? I can't find it. Anyway, I took one sheet of patterned paper, this one, and I cut it into two pieces. So the main piece is on the left and the small piece that was left over is on the right. The measurements of that is 22 by 29 and a half, and this one is 8 by 29 and a half. And the reason I go 29 and a half is I like having a little border of the background showing. The same when I stick down different pattern papers next to it, I always leave a little gap of about 1/2 centimeter between my pieces of paper. Right, the next piece you're going to cut is your wood grain. So that is 7.5 centimeters by 29 and a half. And you're going to stick that down next to this main piece. You're then going to cut your dotted piece of paper. That is 21 by 29 and a half. Stick that down on the right hand side next to that little strip of paper. And then your leftover pieces you're going to cut. So your leftover piece of dotty, you're going to cut 7 by 25 centimeters and stick it on there. And the wood grain, you're going to cut 11.5 by 25 and stick it onto your right hand side page, overlapping your other two pieces. These two little scalloped edges were the bottom of the barcode strip that we cut off. They often have really nice words on, like this one does, or they have a design, which I've fussy cut both pieces and popped them on there. I have inked everything in rhubarb stalk. It's not heavily inked. I've just done it enough to take away the white edges from where I cut the paper. And you can ink or not ink, whatever your preference is. I know a lot of ladies don't like inking anymore. I am an inker, so I always ink my papers. Right, I'm going to now cut the matting for my photographs before I carry on adding any more to the paper. I'm going to do that so that I can get an idea of where I'm headed. I seldom plan a layout in my head before I make it. I tend to just cut papers, shuffle them around and place them, and the layout just evolves. That's how I scrap. So I'm going to just cut some matting, as I say, and I think I'm going to double mat. I quite like this craft paper and a dark brown. I just want to see what it looks like. I did try sort of pomegranate color, but that didn't look nice. And I did try a different brown, and that also didn't look nice. So hence these two. And I think that's what I'm going to do. The nice dark brown at the back and the craft on the front. so it picks up on the beige and the brown tones in the layout. Most photos are 10 by 15, that's your jumbo. However, I like mixing it up. I will put some 10 by 15s and then I'll also put some smaller ones. You don't have to do exactly the same as I do. You can choose your photos that you already have and just adapt the layout to suit your photos. So there's those two mats. And then that's 10 by 15. My smaller photos I make 10 by 8 centimeters. I'm just going to cut one more. 8. I might not use all of these, but I'm just cutting them just in case. Right, so that's 10 by 8 and two 10 by 15s. I still want to see some of the pretty paper sticking out. I don't want to cover too much of it. Maybe I should put the main one here. The main photo there and two smaller ones there. No. Put that there. Put those there. Okay, let me cut my other photo matting. So the big ones are 10 by 15, so my smaller photo mat is going to be 9.5 by 14.5. You just take off 0.5 centimeter. That's 9.5. By 14.5. Need two of those. That's going to go there. This craft paper is really nice. It's got two shades. The one side, I don't know if you can notice it, one side is lighter than the other. So I'm using the darker side. I think it tones in better with the color scheme here. So that's going to be there. And then my small mats are 10 by 8. So I will cut them 9.5 by 7.5. So let's go 7.5. 9.5 by 7.5. I need 4 of those. I don't have any photos for this layout yet, so I will just be putting the photo mats down. There we go. Now that I'm looking at it, I think the lighter side of the craft looks better. Yeah. So I'm going to just flip them over. Put the lighter side down. Okay. I'm just going to stick the two mats to each other. And I'm not going to stick them onto the layout yet until I have finished fussy cutting my bits and pieces that I'm going to add to the layout. I'm quite a busy scrapper. I like quite a lot on my page. I know a lot of people don't. You do not have to put everything on the page that I put on. My pages are here merely as a guideline for you to help you with the layout. You don't have to copy it to the nth degree. I promise you there's no scrapbook police out there that are going to come and get you. And it's also nice to put your own personality and your own spin on a layout. But if you do want to copy it exactly the same as mine, I really am not offended. It's wonderful, and that's why I'm posting these videos to help people with layouts. If you have any questions, if you have any queries, please look me up and contact me. I'll be happy to help you. All my details are on my website, www.scrapcardboutique, all one word, .com. Or on Facebook, you'll find my information there as well, under Scrap and Card Boutique. If you would like written notes, you can contact me and I will get them to you. The written notes are 50 Rand a set. So contact me and I can get them, as I say, I can get them to you. Either email or on WhatsApp. I must just warn you, you probably will find if you look very carefully, or sometimes you don't even have to look carefully. I have very skew eyes, and a lot of my stuff is quite skewed. I do try and put things straight, but generally I am quite squiff. Okay, that's going to go there. I think I'll line these up here. Okay, so I'm just going to place these here for now because they will change. Inevitably they change because I am going to do some fussy cutting of elements. I also need to add some chippies, so we need to find a nice chippy. The roots of a family begin with the love of two hearts. Oh, that's lovely. Our story starts here. Portraits of the past, our heritage, love story, legacy story. I like that one. The roots of a family begin with the love of two hearts. That is cute. Clip that out. And then I'm going to ink them in the same rhubarb stalk that I used for my inking of my pieces of paper. So I'm just going to move this to one side for now, so that I can ink these. It looks quite rusty brown, the color. Hopefully it dries a little bit lighter. Okay, I like that there. It stands out very nicely. Just want to have a look at the cutouts. There's loads to choose from. I love putting words on a layout. So I'm going to cut some out. Let's just decide what. I'm back. I've cut out a few elements. Right, I think here I'm going to place some of these little tags. Let's have a look. I don't want them to look too contrived. Just want them to be quite loose looking. And then I like that tag. I think I'll pop that tag up there in the main photo. Put that one there. I've also cut out this piece here, which I think will look quite cool. I'll slip it in underneath there. So that's what I'm going to do. Just cut it off there. I don't ink my fussy cut pieces. I don't like the look of it when you have fussy cut and the edges are inked. That I might use somewhere later. Let's put that to one side. I still feel that this needs something here. So maybe move the tags to that side. Bring the photos down and put something up there. So I'm going to look for something up there. I have cut out a few elements. I really like this little frame. Just want to tidy that up there. So I think I'm going to put this little frame here. Instead of putting the picture at the back of the frame the way it's supposed to go, I'm just going to pop it there, just tuck it in there. Put that photo up there. And then this tag maybe on this side. But I'll just put it to one side for now. I'm going to cut this clock in half and tuck one half in one side. Tuck that in there. And the other half I will put somewhere else. I'm just going to work on this one side of the page for now. And I'm quite liking that. I think that must just come up a bit. Put the tags there. Okay, I'm going to start sticking down on this side. We're having such lovely rain in Durban today. The last few days have been so hot, unbearably hot. So it's quite a relief to have a nice cool day for a change. Nice soft rain, feeding the earth and my plants. And putting muddy paws all over my floors. But I don't mind. Nothing a mop can't fix. Right. I'm really pleased with the colour of the chippy. This rhubarb stalk that I used is perfect. It's dried. The perfect colour that I wanted. Put that there. I'm going to just put these down now. If you lay things out on a layout like I have, it's a good idea to take a photo of it so that you can refer to it afterwards, because sometimes you're really happy with what you've done and you move everything around to stick it down, and then when it comes to sticking it down, you've forgotten where it's got to go, or something just doesn't look right. And then you can refer back to the photo that you took. So that mat is going to go there. Going to tuck family in behind it over there. Or I'm going to change my mind, aren't I? I'm going to put it there. Yeah, that looks better. My little piece of lace. Slide it in under here. There you have it. Right, next I'll put that mat down. I think I'm going to raise this frame with foam tape so that everything's not so flat. I'm quite liberal with foam tape. I don't like it when you only put a little bit, and then in time where you don't have foam tape, the paper sort of sinks in. So rather be liberal with your foam tape so that you don't get that sinking in. That should do it. Okay. Then my photomat is going to slip in there like that. It's going to lift that slightly. Yeah. So I'll just put a small piece of tape in two places. So where was it? There, that corner. I'll put one on that corner as well. Tuck that clock in there. And a little bit of twine in these tags will look nice. Get that out. If you don't have the bulk pack, you only have the paper pack that doesn't have these elements in. Don't stress, I'm sure in your stash at home that you have something you can use. I don't like the red. It's a bit too red for me. I prefer the burgundy. So I'm just going to unravel a bit just of the black. I'm only going to put twine on one of the tags. Slide it in behind, bit of clock behind there, and then as usual I have changed my mind. I am actually going to put a piece of twine in here. And let's give it a quick knot. And just curl edge of those tags up a bit like that side, just to make it look like they're old and grungy. This one I'll tear, just cut a little slit on the side and then curl the edges like that. And there's a nice little gap there for one of these buttons. So I'll pop that in there. There we go. It's coming out from behind the slit there like that. Cosmos. Right, I've cut out another few little things that I'm going to pop onto that page, but something here is not working for me, so I just want to cut a little piece of this lace and layer it in there. See if that works for me. No, still not looking right. It's funny, you look at a layout and something is not gelling for you, and then suddenly you'll add a little something and all of a sudden it works. Okay, so that will go in the bin. And I'm going to add a little piece of lace up there on that photograph. Probably about that long. Let's see. Yeah, trim it a bit. Also have these acetate words that are really cool. So I'm going to use some of those. Our happy little family. Love endures through all generations. Perfect, I like that. The photos that I'm thinking of putting on this layout is of our whole family. So my husband and I, our two daughters, and their children. So I think this is perfect. Although they're modern photos, it really doesn't matter. They're going to go perfectly on here. I'm going to put this on, yeah, because I want to put it there, and you're going to lose it if I put it on there. You're not going to see it. So let me quickly pop it on there. Right. A lot of people are not sure how to use acetate sheets. I just use my normal double-sided tape and cover the whole thing with the tape. And then once it's stuck down, I'll just burnish it with my tool, my burnishing tool. And you don't even see it. So I'm just going to trim it down. Could actually go there. Excuse me. Yeah, I'm going to stick it there. Like that. Right, let me quickly stick this down. And I'm putting it skew on purpose. It's not my skew eyes. I'm putting it like that on purpose. Right, let's work on the left-hand side page now. I've cut out some of these little buntings. I just want to ink them. I'm going to stick them there. Family photos is going to go up at the top. So I can stick that down. It's going to go there. Those are stuck down already. It's just the bunting. So I think I'm going to raise the two outer ones so that everything's not so flat. And I do love my foam tape. Oh, good grief. Cut that a bit too big. Just trim it down. on there. This piece of acetate that says Our Happy Little Family. It's going to come here. I also cut out, I just fussy cut a few flowers that I'm going to pop on here, just with some glue. I'll tuck a little one in there, and a red one over here. Just tuck them in underneath there like that. I like these little cameras, the hearts in, those are very sweet. Yeah, maybe not. So I don't want to over embellish it. Let the paper speak for itself. And after all, scrapbooking is all about the photographs. It's not about all the other stuff that we put on the page. So I'm going to put that little heart there, and I'm going to leave it natural color because I think it stands out really nicely. Piece of leftover lace. I think there is lace there, and there's the lace at the top and at the bottom. So maybe not. I don't want to overdo it. Right, I think I'm done. I might just add a few more little bits and pieces onto this layout, but for now I'm happy with it. I don't think I'm going to add too much more now, but sometimes I put something aside, come back to it later and add one or two more little things. But for now I'm happy with how it looks. Other things may change us, but we start and end with the family. That is very nice. I'm going to cut this up and put it on there. So if I put that, we start and end with the family. Oh, that is cool. So I'll stick that on there. Right, I'm done. Thank you for joining me at my table. I will be doing another layout or two with this range of paper, and look out for it. Take care and happy scrapping.